Connect Groups, welcome to week 4 as we look at Psalm 23 together and really seeing how we can not only know this psalm but live it out in our life. And so tonight we're looking at maybe one of the most well-known verses in this psalm, and it's the reality of even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. It begins with even though, not if I walk, but a guarantee that you and I will be walking through the valley of the shadow of death, and more importantly, the Good Shepherd leads us even there. So tonight as we look at this portion of the psalm, it reminds us that life, it's filled with deep darkness at times. It's filled with grief and anxiety and disappointment and broken relationships, spiritual dryness, and sometimes those moments feel endless. And so tonight as we dive into the reality, we're seeing how this Good Shepherd also with his rod and his staff comfort us. So how could a Good Shepherd lead us? How could a Good Shepherd correct us? How can he guide us with his rod and his staff? And more importantly, as you think of your life, as we process what it means to be in the valley of the shadow of death, what does it mean to be God-led in those situations? What does it mean for us to recognize that in the valley, God's presence is with us? So tonight, as we consider these things, it's also a time for us to consider the journey that Jesus Christ himself walked down, the journey to the valley of the shadow of death, dying a death on the cross in order to rise again. So Jesus is leading us as a good shepherd to the very path in which he walked. So tonight as you contemplate these things, I hope you are going to enjoy the questions, but most importantly, you would recognize that the presence of God is with you no matter mountaintop experience or valley of the shadow of death. Have fun discussing.